Good day to you, Ethan.
How's it? How you doing?
Oh, good. How
good.
formal.
Very.
Anyway, so this is the famous Professor Aquarium Smiths.
Yep.
The guy we get our dewormer from, that all of you use, that we use, everybody's using. This is his tank.
His personal tank. The only thing in the whole of Aqua Empire that's not for sale.
Yeah, that's true.
It's literally, you can buy, we'll sell you the
never thought of
displays, you know, whatever you want. I'll sell you mats even for the right price. But this is not for sale.
So what happened is he ran out of space at home with his tanks. Too many. Took up the whole house. Then he ran out of space at Wits, because he works at Wits University.
Really? I didn't know that.
He got them to put up a tank in the staff room, which I thought was very clever of him.
That's pretty cool.
But then he needed more tanks, and I went with him to collect this tank.
Really?
Yeah, I've been here for a few years now.
Damn. Piece of.
And I mean, it's his style of tank, clean, easy to maintain, planted community fish tank.
Old school.
Old school.
Yeah.
But I have to commend him. It does work.
Yeah,
it is
this
nice. And it's consistent. It's consistent. You know, with the other high nutrient tanks, you get fantastic results, but if you're not on it, then you can have an algae issue, or like problems.
Yeah, it's
this is always the same.
You need to be, if you've got like a high-tech tank, like one of our ADA systems, that weekly 30% water change is so important.
Yeah, you do need
this is old school. Life's easy. Things are a bit slower.
It is. Yeah.
You know, there's some fast-growing plants, but that's vallus. I mean, that'll grow anywhere. Otherwise, it's mostly epiphytes and bulbitis and java fern. That's
needle vallus, eh?
Needle vallus.
Can you believe that? Yeah. Hard to get that.
But this is old school.
Still high tech though.
Yeah, CO2 injected.
Not high tech lighting.
Unfortunately not.
But it looks a bit flat. The problem is, Ethan, we sell these fancy lights, these Chihiros lights. We get them in 120s and slims and pros.
Yeah.
But this tank has got these sliders, these plastic sliders.
So it's a canopy. Yeah.
But now we can't put a slim Chihiros on here.
No, because you're going to lose the canopy. Then you're going to lose the heat. The evaporation's going to be more.
He doesn't want that.
No, this is an old school tank.
So we're going to have to just stick to it.
Actually not. So, from Chihiros, we have the WRGB Universal.
Those are on the website now.
They are on the website in all the sizes. So what happened is Chihiros realized that there isn't any high-end lighting for tanks with lids, specifically the jewels.
Yeah, specifically jewels.
But this also works for the E-Heims. It'll work for just about any other tank. That's why it's called the Universal.
Yeah.
It is universal.
Now this is something I didn't know. We've been selling a lot, like Ethan says, a lot of them for jewel tanks. But this, I never knew could go in this with the cover on top of it.
Yeah. So why we mention a lot of the jewels is the jewels have their flaps are connected to the light units. So replacing that becomes quite difficult because you lose the flaps, whereas this uses a large cover. That wouldn't really matter. So included for the jewel aquariums, which we do sell, of course, this replaces that main light unit and your flaps work as factory standard.
That's what I like about using this system. It looks original, as you bought it straight out of the factory, but just an upgrade on the light.
So you get that high power light and the colors that you know from Chihiros. With the app control, of course, that's the big thing.
And this one has the extra white channel. It's not just red, green, blue. This has got white as well.
This is like the Pro. So this has 60 RGB LEDs and then 20 white LEDs on the 120 centimeter version.
I don't know how Ethan knows that, but it's quite impressive. We often joke around that he's got a moustache. No, but we joke around that he even knows the barcodes. Impressive. Should we unbox this thing?
I think let's unbox it.
What's what?
Sure.
Let's see what's in there, Ethan.
Let's unbox it.
Quite exciting, this.
Very, very cool.
I'll tell you why, guys. Let me, whilst he unseals that, there's some cherry barbs in here, which I'm quite a fan of cherry barbs. There's a female down there. There's another female. Righto. Let's see. That's a long one.
This is a big light.
Right. Okay, so this has got the gel or silicone coating
to make it waterproof.
It is
IP67 water resistance rating, so you can fully submerge it up to an hour at 1 meter. We don't recommend that. Please avoid it, but if it gets wet, it is not an issue. So
it's a Bluetooth module.
Your power supply built in. This is a
supply.
90 watts unit light. So same as the Slim and the same size. We'll remove this.
Unsheath it.
So as you can see, the same as the Jules. It has the slot here for the flap, and then here on the ends, these are the exact same as your Jewel, and they'll fit in perfectly, and your flaps will slot on. Now, it's also called the universal, meaning it doesn't just work for these aquariums. These work perfectly on, a regular rimless tank. Now, one of the cool things about these are these little sliders over here. Now what you can do with these is rest them on a regular aquarium, especially if you've got a rim or something that works, but you can also put multiple lights together. So if you've got a monster 3 meter aquarium, you can take two 1.5 meter units, snap them together, and they work.
That's something impressive.
And
I did not know that.
There is more. Included, unlike the Slim, is the hanging kits. It's ready to be hung out of the box, whereas all the other lights you've got to buy the hanging kits. And then let's see what other goodies are in here. This feels, oh yes. So this is what we're going to be using today. These are the little slots, they slot into the E-climb perfectly, like factory finish.
Before we put this light on, I want to do a before and after. There's a male cherry barb. Beautiful bright red fish, although it looks dull there under these regular LEDs. There's some rosy fintets. What else? Even look at the plants, all right? See how they look, the overall tank. Okay, now let's get this install going. We're just busy taking these flaps off. You can see here, this was the existing lights. There's a few different brands in there. But check out this. This is the Amazon sword, flowering. When they flower, you end up with a whole lot of babies. Right guys, so we've got it in place now.
Yeah.
We're about to fire up and get the reaction, hopefully the reaction that we want.
Let's see.
But now something has happened. Now this has happened, Ethan.
And a fish box.
All the way from Malaysia. So guys, we're going to come back to this video. We're going to leave this tank in the dark.
One eternity later. A few moments later.
Now we've done our fish video.
Done the fish video.
Some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Have a look at that. But let's fire this up, please, Mr. Ethan. Oh, no ways, man.
Holy smokes.
Gee. No way. This is the same tank.
This is...
Check, even the female's more colorful than the male on the previous light.
This is amazing.
The biggest difference is the plants.
The plant there, the so
there's
much
a puffer.
more vibrant.
I think that puffer was born here at Aqua Empire, everybody. We had some big adults in here.
Yes,
They've
they're
now passed
huge.
away. They were like 5 years old. And now we've got little babies. I don't know where those come from.
Cool.
Wow, wow, wow.
This is that's incredible. So when you turn it on, it goes on to 100%. But as you know, the nice thing about the Chihiros is the app. So
I'm just seeing now. I didn't notice this really before.
Yeah.
There's a ton of shrimp up there, Ethan.
I did see them actually. Yes.
Now that the little puffer can see, they better get out of the way.
Yeah. So let's go into the Chihiros app and add this, and we can show you all the fancy colors. So I've got a screen recording. We'll pop it in so you can see what I'm doing. We've got Prof's tank over here. I'm going to add the device.
It's quite easy to set up.
It's got to have your Bluetooth on, and that's pretty much it. Now you can see as I scroll down, we have a lot of Chihiros products here in the shop. Luckily this one's easy, it's the only universal. We'll add that to the tank.
Yeah, this is our first universal install.
We haven't used one.
We've sold a ton, but this is our first install, which, with us, we everything we sell, we use. So that's why we can advise correctly.
Yeah.
Now we can advise better on this.
You can check here, I've got the red channel, and I can ramp that all the way up. Very cool. Your
red light district. Yes, that is green.
That's crazy.
It's actually pretty cool, eh?
Your blue channel there.
Now with blue channel, because you can customize these apps, I've got a 2% blue, I call it night mode on my app. So if I wake up late at night, don't want to scare the fish, but I want to just chill and check the tank, just put that on.
And there's just the white LED, so if you don't want This would actually be a great thing to run it just at night if you just ran white
sure.
LEDs. Then there's a bunch of presets as well. So they've got a freshwater preset, a nature preset, gorgeous, whatever that means. Oh, they're the fish.
Gorgeous, a bit yellow, eh?
Bit yellow, pinky. It's a abuse setting. It's
Buse
very
I
blue.
like. I like Buse.
This
My tank at
one's-
home works nicely.
This
with
one's
Buse.
different to the Slim. The Slims are very purple. This is a very blue.
Yes.
Then RGB is just full RGBs. Now, as you can see here, I thought I'd mention, is if you have the whites all the way down, then you can overdrive the other diode. So if you pull your blues and greens down, you can overdrive your reds. But we'll just keep it on all, so it's running at full power.
Oh, check, there's a pitch black shrimp.
Oh wow, that's like
You see, there's like new things in here that we didn't even know were in here.
So that's in the manual mode. Now here we're going to go create an automation.
Jeez, man, I'm impressed with this. Eh?
So
This really, like, you know, and there's similar price. It only is like 100 or 200 rand difference depending on the size between this, the Slim, and this Universal.
yeah,
And it comes with a lot of extra kit, as we said.
The
at
hanging
beginning
kits
of
is
the video.
included, all of that. So there we go. I've
Wow,
created a 10 to 5, which is when we can't. We'll do a half an hour ramp up. The lightness is already set to
Ramp up's a
100%.
cool feature from them as well. So the
Awesome.
light doesn't just turn on; it'll gradually turn on. We're going to use a half hour.
Yeah.
But you can go longer, shorter, or
All
longer,
the way
actually.
up to, on this one now, 2.5 hours. I think on the others it's
That's
only
long, eh?
very long.
Half an hour is good.
Half an hour.
So it just gradually turns on and gradually turns off over a half an hour period.
Yeah. So we've we've created our preset for every day. We'll turn it on. And there we go.
Done.
Ready to go.
Hey, I think Prof's going to be happy with
Prof
this. Eh?
is going to be super stoked with this. Oops.
So when you come around in the store, when you come around the corner, this is the tank that you see.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have to call him.
Yeah, we're going to have to get a reaction video out of Prof. I think
Not
we'll
tell him.
post.
Tell him there's an issue with the tank.
Yeah, something went wrong.
It's leaking. We'll
Yeah,
tell him it's leaking. And then we'll say, Prof, the tank's leaking. Get in here now. And then when he comes around the corner, he'll check this.
And it's going to look great.
Let's do that.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, that looks amazing. Really looks natural for the first time. Wow. Yeah, a light makes a fish tank.